Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to Two Scoops Morning News with Dan and Craig in the morning. I am Dan.
And I am Craig in the morning.
This is Two Scoops.
Yeah.
You're watching Two Scoops Morning News with Dan and Craig, your sunrise reminder that things could get worse, so laugh at them while you still can.
You know, I'm really surprised that you watch enough sports to know that that's what sports announcers actually sound like and say.
I make fun of enough sports. I mean, you got to watch at least a little bit if you're gonna trash it.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
I'm surprised you've gotten that far.
Hey,
You're like,
Craig, welcome back to the show. How are you doing this morning? I need to get some like fart noises and like morning DJ shit to be annoying here. I need to put like a whole different sound bank in.
We've already discussed this.
We sure have.
We don't do nearly enough cocaine to be like that in the mornings.
Only a little bit.
Only a little bit of cocaine. We need to do so much more cocaine. We needed to do like Elton John in the 80s level of cocaine.
Yeah. Does that make you gay though?
I think if you do enough cocaine, I think there's a line, no pun intended, a cocaine line, where like if you do too much of it, that you don't necessarily overdose to where you die on cocaine. You overdose to where you're gay on cocaine.
Oh wow.
I mean that's what happened in the 80s a lot. I mean, look at Freddie Mercury, look at Elton John. I mean, there's two perfect examples right there. Do I need any other proof to prove my point?
Probably. So, I've got an article that I'll bring up that I haven't read anything on, but I've got things that we can read on. I actually pulled this up for Wednesday's news. I was going to dig into it more later, but then yesterday I saw something. It just came up on Facebook, and it was the happy version. So there's an article that I found like a week ago about these nano robots and liquid robots and robots that they're designing to go inside people's bloodstreams and things. And then yesterday, I was like, well, that sounds obviously horrifying. And then yesterday, this just pops up on my Facebook feed and pretends like it's happy news here. It says, don't fear this surprisingly lifelike slime, even if it looks like alien, or it looks a little alien. This is from Strictly Robots. It's actually a soft robot designed to enter the human body and perform medical tasks like retrieving swallowed objects.
Did they use like Sesame Street style stop animation for this happy video?
You know, it does feel like stop motion animation in a lot of ways, but no, this is the stop motion animation real Nightmare Before Christmas that we're living in. The robot is made of an elastic magnetized slime that has the same consistency as custard. Or blood clots, some might say. It moves and shapeshifts when an external magnetic force is applied, allowing the slime to squeeze through very narrow gaps and even grasp small objects. It also happens to be a pretty good conductor of electricity. That won't become a problem at all. But that's not really why the internet has become totally obsessed with it. I don't think the internet has become totally obsessed with this, since this is the first time I've seen it on Facebook.
I've never heard of this. What part of the internet is obsessed? Because I'm not
the part
in
that
it.
They're telling you. They're very subtly saying, "Hey, you're supposed to be obsessed about this. Everybody else is." Okay. The goo, a mix of... Oh, man, don't trigger me by saying the goo. a mix of polyvinyl alcohol, borax, and magnet particles is social media gold. Is that what we're going for with this? Social media gold is how you're describing this breakthrough in technology?
I don't get why they're so obsessed with pushing that this. It's like when marketers...
We love how much you love this. You love this, and we love that. We love how much you love this.
It's like when marketers are like, next year's trend is going to be this. It's like, that's not a trend. That's just you telling us something
Right.
that we should wear something.
You're
If it
saying,
was a
please buy this thing.
yes, if it was a trend, people would already be wearing it, and that's not possible for it to be next year.
This is social media gold, Craig. Don't
This
knock it.
is social media gold.
From
God.
terrified comparisons to the alien goo that eventually becomes venom. So it's social media gold, and not everybody is on their side, at least. I was going to say, it might be going viral on social media, but it's probably for similar reasons to why we're talking about it right now, which is not so much the, potential medical benefits that it will have, but the potential medical hazards that it will definitely have.
Now, from a marketing standpoint, is it a good idea to in your medical ad here, I guess, like your promotional ad here, to say people are comparing it to this creepy version of Venom right here?
Mm-hmm. People
They're
are
like,
comparing
"Well,
it to
but now I am."
comparing it to an alien that possesses you and takes over your body and kills people. Yeah, that's to more obvious analogies to its turd-like shape and color.
They are making magnetic turd robots now.
Magnetic turd. Scientists invent moving slime that could be used in human digestive system. The magnetic robot slime is nothing short of a scientific breakthrough. Well, duh. Like you're literally saying it's something that we haven't had before, and now we do. First off, I don't believe that you haven't had something like this before. But yeah, if this is a new thing that's being presented to the public, it is nothing short of a scientific breakthrough, which is literally saying nothing other than we did it. We did a thing.
We did it.
That supposedly hasn't been done before. Its creators at the Chinese University of Hong Kong.
Great. That's just fantastic. Okay, so
they say hold on. The creators of at the Chinese University of Hong Kong say it still lacks autonomy.
So we want it to have autonomy. We want this magnetic slime.
We're just going to subtly slip that in there. It's not autonomous yet, but we're working on it.
Now, when it becomes autonomous, because they're promoting this just for your digestive system. That's all they're showing here. It's just going to sneak down your digestive system, clean out your shit, and then come out your bumhole. And so when it becomes autonomous, or even when it doesn't become autonomous, who's to tell me that little pieces that aren't going to break off and go into other parts of my body based on their programming or not programming of it? They're like, you know what, while we're in here, let's have some little pieces go in here and here and here. And then, these are great conductors of electricity. At some point, maybe it just all of a sudden, poof, you're gone. Right. That's it.
Yep. This video brought to you probably by the same people who made the food pyramid and said that you need to eat about 5 loaves of bread a day and it couldn't do anything bad for you. And the same people who said Palestine, Ohio water is safe to drink and the air is safe to breathe, who are also, coincidentally, the same people who said the air around Ground Zero on 9/11 was safe to breathe. But I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong with this. We've got it all figured out.
And also by Pfizer. And also by Pfizer, obviously.
Right. Brought to you by Pfizer in China. And they have no immediate plans to experiment with it in a medical setting. So, okay, you kind of played this up as that being the main goal here at the beginning, but they have no plans, no immediate plans of experimenting with this in a medical setting.
Well, I guess to track medical really.
What?
Do we consider your bowel movements to be medical at this point?
Yeah.
Well, they don't.
I want to get one of these and flush out my. I had a long birthday weekend for my son, and we ate a lot of shit. And this morning I was laying in bed thinking, man, maybe a coffee enema would help. But man, coffee enema along with venom, shit, that's gonna It's gonna flush me right out. I have a feeling. Anything that the coffee misses got venom in there to beat up,
This is gonna be
drag out
the
with it.
like Hollywood fad diet too, because they used to put tapeworms in you to eat all your
Right.
the shit out.
Oh,
They're
this is literally like digital leeches for bloodletting. Like that's what we're going for here.
there you go.
Nope, that's it.
That's it.
And the one that I found last week that I was going to bring up, but it's less relevant or less interesting than the trendy social media viral one. Researchers reveal shape-shifting humanoid robots that can turn themselves into liquid. Objects are also magnetic and can conduct electricity. I don't know if this is referring to the same thing. It sounds like the same since magnets
Sounds
and
exactly.
electricity and stuff, but that could be literally any robots would probably be, you know, respond to magnets and electricity, I would
Just turns
imagine.
into liquid. It's a liquid robot.
Right. So if China and the United States both designed a liquid robot, they would probably both have those qualities in
Wait,
common.
let's scroll down. Scroll down where you just were. Because that one says scientists hope to move from demonstrations and find actual uses of them. We're pushing this material system in a more practical way to solve very specific medical and engineering problems. I thought they were saying
Not immediately though.
no immediate medical.
Yeah, this is the same one because it says engineer at the Chinese University of Hong Kong who led the study. So same people saying that
Yes,
apparently.
probably the Wuhan lab too.
Yeah. It's going to be the Wuhan lab of venom experimentation, and it has nothing to do with this. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
when this becomes autonomous, you thought the lab leak of COVID was bad. Just wait till the lab leak of liquefied magnetic robots becomes a problem.
Yeah, it reminds me of the topic that I got kicked off of YouTube not long ago for about things that people were finding in vaccines supposedly that looked a little venomish. And I'm not going to say the name of it because YouTube doesn't let you say words like graphene oxide on YouTube.
Oh,
But
oh,
quote, future work should further explore how these robots could be used within a biomedical context.
no, they shouldn't. They shouldn't do that. You know, that probably every book written by Michael Crichton must have been written about China because everything that he has talked about being like, I don't know, these medical research leaks, these nanobot leaks, and all this stuff that inevitably destroys humanity. He writes about those things, and then China reads his books, and they're like, "Hey, we can do that."
Right. Yeah. Uh, China is, they're all about coulda, not shoulda. And, the United States isn't any different, so I can't really pretend. And even if this is being made at the University of China, what are the odds that we don't have a hand in it in some way?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's not the United States isn't doing it; it's just they're doing it in China because
Right.
there's no like federal regulation over there.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Do you have high hopes for the medical slash entertainment Hollywood future of fad diets?
Um, I think this is scary shit because this
Also,
can
share your
literally.
screen while you talk.
I already did.
Oh,
Uh, this can literally do anything when they figure out how to program each, because this is nanobot technology. This isn't just like some liquid goo. If it's shape-shifting robots, that means each little tiny element of this is programmable. There's down to like some sort of microscopic level. This has to be nanobot technology. They're just not using the phrase nanobot technology because that's kind of almost as scary as saying we made venom. And once they figure out how to if they haven't already, to program each one of those tiny little nanobots, then they can basically do anything with it.
and if
And
they
when it
haven't figured out how to program them exactly, do you really want that going into your body?
No, but once they do figure it out, or once they figure out how to make it autonomous, then I'm really fucking scared because then each tiny little element decides, you know what, I don't want to be a turd anymore.
You know what
Because
scares
that's the
me?
first thing I would think if I was.
Right.
A nanobot piece of goo is I don't want to be a turd
It
anymore.
has an existential crisis, and it's like, I have autonomy now. I will not be a turd. I control this body. This is my body, my choice, and I'm not leaving.
Derek Ambrose says, all I can think of now is the Terminator liquid robot giving me a colonoscopy.
That's the beautiful, bright future we're headed for. Chuck Miller says, what happens when you go through an airport microscan? Or what's it called, like an MRI or whatever, the big
oh my gosh,
thing.
it gets sucked
Just
out of your
rips
body.
straight out of your colon.
What's that movie where the alien like pops out of his stomach?
I think it's called Alien.
Is that all right? Fair enough.
All right, are we good to move on?
Yes.
Let's talk about some Jesus.
Now, speaking of things that we can do, but should we do it?
Speaking of letting things into your life or into your body, let's talk about digital Jesus, robot Jesus.
Obviously, in a world where we have nanobot alien turds, we need more Jesus in our life.
Can we
clearly.
program the nanobot turds to act more like Jesus?
Probably, because we can. Yeah, we can do it. We can make anything more Jesus-like, including video games.
Will they storm into our temple and turn over our tables of bullshit?
Yes. There's a new video game out, and this is from the Jerusalem Post, which
so you know it's legit.
I would first of all,
Here's How We Did It is the name of the game.
I would think it's like O.J. Simpson's book, but
right? If we killed the Messiah,
on a much higher level. Now, I would think that Jerusalem Post would have something against this, but they're all on board with this new video game that lets you explore Israel as Jesus Christ and die and fight Satan.
I mean, up until the fight Satan part, I wasn't sold, but you sent me this last night. I was like, oh, so it's like Doom, but with Jesus. Hell
now,
yeah!
My thoughts on this is that, like, if you're gonna make this realistic, according to all the Christians I know, Jesus had free will. He was half man, half God. He didn't have to do the things he wanted. Like,
exactly. Did you watch the trailer for this?
No, I wanted to do it in real time here.
Okay, I watched the trailer last night because I just had to know. But you're absolutely right. Like, my main thought was, like, he's going around doing. You'll see he like does these miracles and stuff. But it looks like you press a button and the miracle happens, then you press a button and the other miracle happens. It's not like you have powers and you get to do whatever you want. It's like you have to stay on this line. And even with like the crucifixion and all that, does the gameplay insist that you not tear yourself down from the cross and beat the shit out of everybody? If so, then it's not realistic enough.
I feel like this should be like Grand Theft Auto or something, where if you want, you could be the good guy, but if you could be good Jesus, but if you want, you can beat up the hookers instead.
Be bad Jesus, just beating the shit out of Mary.
I am
you
Jesus.
Whore!
The name of it's terrible. I am Jesus Christ. That's the name of the game.
And you play in third person or first person as Jesus, so you're literally playing Jesus, which seems a little odd.
Yes, it's a little unsettling. It says, I am Jesus Christ. It's a historical open world Jesus simulation game where you can step into the sandals of the alleged Son of God himself. I like how
Thank you, Jerusalem Post.
Allegedly the Son of God. And perform miracles, die, and get resurrected. Of course, the Jerusalem Post had to throw this, like, sarcasm in there.
Right. Well, the thing that's odd to me is, like, I need to know more, and I didn't see anything in the trailer about the beating up Satan part, because, I mean, I would think that's the only part that the Jerusalem Post would disagree with.
Well, that would be the selling point for me. If you're going to have a commercial for this, you got to put in the like one-on-one fight with the end boss of Satan. I mean, you have to.
I didn't even see a hint of what Satan looks like. I'm very intrigued.
It's a surprise. Have you ever wanted to role play as Jesus Christ?
No.
I'm not.
No, not even once.
Performing miracles.
What kind of, like, I don't know, Messiah complex do you have to have that urge?
performing miracles, fighting Satan, dying horrifically on the cross, and then somehow getting resurrected and ascending to heaven. There's the Jewish sarcasm again. Somehow getting resurrected, ascending to heaven.
We don't know how he did it, but whatever. We know this is
If
going to go
so-
better with the Christian crowd in America that'll buy anything.
And if we say it, then the Christians are really going to buy it. So, if so, I Am Jesus Christ may be just the video game for you. Created by Polish game developer Simula M, this historical Jesus simulation game will see players step into the sandals of the alleged Son of God himself twice, and in the first-person perspective. So here is the trailer.
In fairness, I was kind of blown away by how good it looks. It's not like the
What?
best. To be honest, I was blown away by how good it looks. It's not like the best quality, but as far as like a Jesus Christ video game, I was surprised that it was better than I expected.
All right, it's not going to let me blow it up for some reason. Hang on. Is it going to play? Because it was
Just
playing.
click the little YouTube logo and it'll open it in a new tab with YouTube, and then you'll be able to pause it and shit.
It's already playing.
Fine. I can't hear it now, though.
What?
I can't hear it now, though.
Oh, good God. My computer is really gay. Well, I'll keep reading while it tries to
I can
load.
pull it up if you're just pulling up the trailer.
Yeah, pull up the trailer.
All right, keep talking.
Perform a
Now I can't hear you. Where'd you go? Why are you gone? Craig got raptured, I suppose. So I guess we'll watch this trailer without Craig, unless Craig decides to come back. Did I press a button here accidentally? All right. Whatever. We'll watch this trailer. Craig doesn't get to see it unless he gets back here in 10. 9. Let's read some chats. We'll give him a minute. Nathan Klein says, LOL. That's a good one. Nathan Klein says, LMFAO. That's a spicy comment. Nathan Klein says, we're all going to get effed in the end. I'm not sure if you're talking about the video game or the nanobots, but either way, maybe. Hector says, love, compassion, and forgiveness, the arms of his arsenal. I like that. Yeah, you go into you're flipping through your gun rack, your digital gun rack, and instead you just have love, joy, peace, patience, kindness. We're talking about Jesus's superpowers and like his arsenal, his weapons, and you flip through, and it's just all the fruits of the spirit that you can use on people.
Now, do you immediately have those when you start the game, or do you have to earn those?
You gotta build it. Well, I don't know, because if you have to build them up, I mean, do you start as baby Jesus in the manger? That's what I want to know. Do you start from scratch, and you're like, I don't have any of these things yet because I'm a baby and shit.
But you get because the wise men come and give gifts. Does that like kind of boost your powers a little bit just from the start? Like right off the bat, you get a few powers because the gold, frankincense, and myrrh just kind of boost your power level a little.
Yeah.
But then as you use it, because this does
you start out with like boring miracles, like turning water into wine, and then you like graduate up to like healing lepers and stuff like that.
Yeah, it does say like your miracle powers do dissipate like over time. Like you have a power level, like a miracle power bar. Yeah, it I gotta find where it said that.
That's so.
There's an open world setting. Let's see. Some of the miracles players will be able to perform include walking on water, making starry skies dissipate, turning water into wine, dying and resurrecting, and seemingly telekinetically moving a large rock out of the way.
Nice.
And of course,
seemingly it might be the Force.
There will also be an over-the-top boss battle against Satan. However, performing miracles isn't easy. Players will need to keep an eye on their Holy Spirit meter, which depletes with each miracle. Though, of course, it can be recharged. Now,
it's like they're trying to make something that is like on like respectful, but also good. And to make it good, you can't be as respectful. You got to make Jesus' Holy Spirit meter deplete and shit like that, which I respect. Like, how else do you make this interesting
Obviously.
if he can just do
Now,
whatever he wants?
here's my question. You got to keep an eye on your Holy Spirit meter, obviously, because you can't perform all the miracles. Now, what if you are all willy-nilly with your Holy Spirit meter and you get to the end where you're crucified and you no longer have enough Holy Spirit? Do you just die and are not able to resurrect
I
yourself?
think that's the
because
end either way. Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess yeah.
I'm just saying, are you not able to resurrect yourself because you don't
He's-
have enough?
He's got
Or when
3
you
days, 3 days in
yourself-
that tomb to let his Holy Spirit meter go back up. So I think either way, you're safe.
Now, here's the next question. What if you have enough Holy Spirit built up to resurrect yourself? However, you ran out and don't have enough juice to move that stone, so you're just entombed and you die again.
Uh,
It's like,
You-
well, I resurrected myself, but I don't have enough to get out of here
you don't
now.
ascend till like a week later. Like, shit, come on, just banging on the door.
Did you get to play the trailer yet?
I have the trailer. Where
right.
did you go, by the way? Did you get resurrected
I think so.
or
No,
raptured?
unfortunately, my hardline internet line wasn't connected and probably wasn't last night. So I wonder how shitty my my podcast was last night because I
Oh,
was
it
running.
was shitty, but it probably had nothing to do with the line.
Well, I mean, I'm okay with that. I've been dealing with that part for almost 3 years now.
Craig, are you ready for I Am Jesus Christ? The
I
trailer.
ready for I Am Jesus Christ, the
All
trailer.
right, here we go.
Many people have attempted to write about the things that have taken place among us. Reports of these things were handed down to us. There were people who saw these things for themselves from the beginning. They saw them.
Like, if you heard that they were making a Christian video game, you would not expect it to look this good. Again, this isn't like top tier quality, but you didn't expect it to look this good, right?
No.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
Bible Man, the video game?
I don't remember the video game. I remember the show, and I would rather not remember it. So let's please stop talking about it.
Then passed the word on. With this in mind, I myself have carefully looked into everything from the beginning.
This is not the trailer I saw yesterday, so maybe we'll get Satan in this one.
I'm Simon. This is my brother, Andrew. We're trying to catch fish.
But I'm afraid the wedding appears to have a small issue.
What's up with his hands?
Oh, that's the Holy Spirit glowing, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's his force power-ups. It's funny because it's like literally like the Star Wars video games and even the Star Wars movies where it's like we can move things with our mind, but we'll only use it when it makes sense for the plot, and then we can't use it other times. It's I mean, yeah.
After, like, we'll wait till I've got the shit kicked out of me,
Right.
like, for 20 minutes, then be like, oh, yeah, I can just throw you across the room.
Jesus is up on the cross and he's like, "This is not even my final form," and then rips himself down and ascends right there. He's like, "I don't need to die for you, motherfuckers."
But you might be able to help.
This wine is better than the wine we had before.
What's with that hand? What is happening? That is quite the distorted hand there for, like, he's got to really strain to move that rock, it looks
Now,
like.
have you ever seen the Marvel movies with the Scarlet Witch and how, like, Elizabeth Olsen's entire acting career revolves around her doing this with her hands,
That's true.
do the witchcraft?
That's
So
true.
that's what we're going for there.
I like it. But that is real bad design right there. That's all I'm saying.
Please, Lord, just heal my son.
Boo!
Lord,
Wait, was that hell? Was that supposed to be hell? What's he doing there?
I'm not sure.
Working on a fire pit of some sort.
I hope that's not hell because I expect hell to be so much more badass in this video game.
Yeah. I mean, it should literally just cut to, like, the video game Doom. And just have, like, you play through one of those levels as Jesus. And then that'd be a better hell than this if this is hell. So this better not be hell. That's all we're saying.
If this is hell, this is hell.
That's right.
if it's you, Peter replied, tell me to come to you on the water. I am doing this for you. I want you to know that the things you have been taught are true.
Allegedly.
Allegedly true. No sign, no indication of fighting the boss man at the end.
I'm gonna buy this game. I'm gonna buy the hell out of this game. We should play this game on a live stream and rag on it the whole time. And I've talked about doing live game streaming for years and never got around to it because there's almost no value to it at all. But yeah, this might get me there. This might push me over the edge. Have some drinks, have some friends come and talk about Jesus. I Am Jesus, the video game.
Hey, other people have had similar like thoughts that we have, because it says another internet user asked, "Will this have character customization? We are all made in His image, right?" I feel like you should be able to put on like
Trans
robot
Jesus.
yeah, or that.
I mean,
it
he
says
was. That's what I've heard. So
yeah, well, obviously. Others compare it to other notable open world video games. Imagine if you can go on a rampage like Skyrim or GTA. Now, I
there's
feel like
almost
you
no
have
way
to
you can make this open world at all. Like, unless there's just a couple things that you go back and forth. Like, if you're telling the story, which it seems like they're just telling the story, how do you make that open world?
to make it open world, you have to, like, if you made this legitimately open world, everybody that I know, because everybody I know is fucked up, would have Jesus Christ beat up hookers. They would. I mean,
It's human instinct.
Have you ever played GTA and not beat up a hooker?
Not even once.
I
I
mean,
I might not have beat them up. I might have ran them over or shot them in the face. But no, I have not ever not done that.
I mean, that's the only reason to play GTA is to beat up the hookers.
Until the new version comes out where it's going to be woke and you're not going to be allowed to beat up hookers anymore. You have to tip them very fairly, too.
It says, yes, this is a serious game. But the game itself isn't tongue-in-cheek. Rather, while it may have some unintentional humor, Jesus Christ...
Yeah. Oh, you have no idea. We're going to pull every drop out of this game.
Says Jesus Christ shrinking to enter a child's body to cure diseases is most likely not the widely accepted theological interpretation of the New Testament. The game itself...
Wait, he shrinks?
To enter
is it like the Magic School Bus where he shrinks down and goes inside the kid to cure them?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It says, not the widely accepted theological interpretation of the New Testament. The game itself seems to be a serious attempt at spreading the story of Jesus in the New Testament.
Allegedly.
Each scene included in the game with each miracle is accompanied by a biblical verse from the New Testament describing it. The idea soon turned into the video game it is now. The developer is fully aware of how people on the internet are seeing the game as more of a joke. We already had that problem with our trailers, but somebody needs to make such a game. Do they, though? Does somebody have to do this?
No.
Is it like, well, this is just an untapped like market that somebody's got to fill?
It's like they discovered a very popular Marvel character that nobody's utilized yet, and they're like, how is this story not being told?
Right? It's like, wonder how this video game ends. That's my question. Like,
if I can't decide the ending, then I'm out.
I don't want to play.
I mean, I still do. I still really do want to play it.
Afterwards, maybe check out Simula M's next game, Noah's Ark, a simulation where you get to, surprise, build Noah's Ark.
I'd do that too. I'll play all these games.
The publisher behind the game, Playway, is also releasing another biblical-themed game currently in the works, Moses from Egypt to the Promised Land, which is sure to be a plague-filled adventure of biblical proportions. Oh,
yes.
I mean...
And do you get to play the angel of death that goes and slaughters all the firstborn sons?
Now, I don't know if you have to be able to. That's the only way I'm going to play. Do you remember the
It's a pro-choice game.
Do you remember the Nintendo game Noah's Ark that we used to have?
Oh, the game was dope.
Like a little Super Mario type Noah, and you ran around and picked up animals on your head and carried them back to the Ark.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, I need to hear the music because that's going to be.
I don't remember the music.
Oh, you'll remember as soon as you hear it.
Nintendo version of Amazing Grace or something, like 8-bit Amazing Grace.
Oh, they don't have it. I can't find it.
And that's dumb.
Wait, this is it. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Come
I
on.
gotta go. I really have to go.
No, you got to hear this music first. This can play us out. Craig, where can people find you?
People can find me and the hedonistic things that I do at breakthebellpod.com, and my show, the Break the Bell podcast. You can find me on social media at Break the Bell Pod. Oh, yeah.
And you can.
It is 8-bit like church music.
What? Yes, I don't know the song, but yes.
I don't either, but it's like typical like Catholic organ music.
Then it's like Mission Impossible shit.
I was joking when I said it was like 8-bit church music, but it's definitely 8-bit like organ music.
I don't care. This game fucking rocked. And you can find me at and my future endeavors where I will be playing. If I can find a copy of this, I'll just play this on a live stream too.
Way better. So much better.
It's so good. I'll play this and I'll play I Am Jesus Christ or whatever the fuck it's called. At thesystemisdown.tv or wherever the System Is Downs are sold, at TSIDpod on Twitter, and tomorrow we are going to be...
Oh, this always pissed me off. Like every time you jumped, you
Oh,
drop your cows.
Oh yeah, if anybody's played, what's that new game? Death Stranding, where you just carry around the stack of boxes, and that's basically the game, to not drop boxes. It's like that, but with cows. Putting cows on an arc.
No, the worst was
dope.
the monkey, because the monkey would always fucking run.
Oh,
that
there
one
he
right
is. There
Every
he
time you
is.
dropped that monkey, he'd run.
Oh, that was an easy one. Let's
I
just
gotta go.
let's just talk about this. Let's watch this playthrough of this old NES video game and
Oh yeah,
talk
you got
about-
your
oh,
tablet.
got his
You gotta-
tablet. Hint: pressing B
tablet.
while pushing down causes you to drop an object. Pressing. Okay, who cares? Well, that's been 2 scoops, and we already did our outro stuff. So, bye.
Goodbye.
This has been 2 Scoops Morning News every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 a.m. Central or whenever we feel like it. Until next time, hang in there, America.